This clip of Jon Taffer and Gary Vaynerchuk talking about restaurant visits and repeat visits gets sent to me every week. Today, we're gonna watch it and see if Jon's advice is good or if it's bullshit. Hey, and if you're new to the channel, I'm Matt Plapp, the CEO and founder of America's Best Restaurants. We work with restaurants just like yours to help you find more customers. But enough about me. Let's dig into the video.
If somebody goes to a restaurant for the first time and has a flawless experience, the statistical likelihood of them doing a second visit is about 40%. They come back a second time and have a flawless experience. The statistical likelihood of a third visit is still about 42%. The third time they come, the statistical likelihood of a fourth visit is over 70%.
Now, I have no reason to disagree with Jon here. It is proven that if you give people great hospitality, great food, great experience, they're gonna come back. But there is one big determining factor he's about to get to that really impacts the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh visit, and that is marketing. So now let's dig into what Jon says here, because I've been sent this clip no less than 1,000 times because people know how I feel about marketing for future visits.
So you got to market to 3 visits, not 1. Visit 1, free rib dinner. You sit them down, put a red napkin on the table, not a white one. Identify him as a first-time customer, connect with him, and work together.
Okay, so let's go ahead and track this really quick. He wants you to give a free dinner to get that visit. 100% on par there. Give somebody something free in return for their data, though, not just randomly. And the whole napkin thing, you're gonna hear more about this, but I'm about to jump all over this one.
To get them back a second time and the third time. Once they're there the third time, you own them. Okay, so you put a red napkin at the table. Gary sits down, he's eating dinner. Now he's getting his free rib dinner, orders water, costs him nothing. I know he's a first-time customer because he's got a red napkin. When he's leaving, the manager comes to the table, writes on the back of a business.
This is some 1980s shit. Restaurants can't get their employees to do basic shit. And now they're gonna put out different color napkins? Anybody that's buying this stuff is crazy. The way that you know who your customers are is by giving them that free rib dinner through a marketing software. We have an acquisition program, there's a billion loyalty programs. When people join that, you find out who they are. When they walk in and redeem the rib dinner, you know who they are then. There is a 0% chance that your employees are gonna know, okay, red napkin, green napkin, blue napkin, orange, this is the 18th visit, but let's go into it. Maybe he's got a good reason.
Leaving, the manager comes to the table, writes on the back of a business card, $5 off chicken. Did you like the ribs? Loved them. You gotta try my chicken. Come in for the chicken. Now I'm prompting a second visit. Now he comes in for the second visit, drops the business card on the table. Everybody knows this is a second visit because red napkin was the first visit. Second visit, you finish the meal, you go up, you say, so how was the chicken? It was freaking great. Are you full?
So your advice in 2025 is to give them a business card written on the back, $5 off chicken, versus something on this little thing we carry around with us all day long. Come on, man. Like, this might have worked in 1985 and should have been something you're doing then, but in 2025, you have to find out who the customer is, get their data, and market to them on their device, not some business card they're gonna shove in their pocket and never see again.
Totally stuffed, man. Next time you gotta try my cheesecake. Free piece of cheesecake. Now, 3 visits. Ribs cost me
a piece of cheesecake. Oh, I thought a pizza flavored cheesecake. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
So the rib dinner cost me $5. The chicken was a washout because it was a discount.
That's right.
The cheesecake is $1.35. For about $6, you got 3 visits out of them with a 70% likelihood of a fourth. That's the.
Now this is where we agree with each other. I love the 3 offer. We talk about 4 offers in our acquisition program. A big entree one that's really big and sexy, his free steak. A dessert one, something that gets them to try something they might not normally try, and then hopefully spend more money in the future. And then another item like a lunch offer or maybe an appetizer. So we're on the same wavelength there. The other thing is I love his enthusiasm of how you're gonna talk at the table. I wish more restaurants employees would get behind that, because that's what's lacking in your marketing, is buy-in from your team. Now the napkin shit, that ain't gonna work. But you training your employees to say, oh my gosh, you've not had our cheesecake yet? I'm gonna give you a free one for your next visit. Scan this code to get it. That will work, not some business card with writing on the back of it.
That's the way you market a restaurant within the four walls of it.
Let me give you one more for the road. There was a very interesting thing that Jon said. Notice how he said, first time customer, I'll give it to you. Because the traditional retail and bar thing is like, if you've already got somebody in the funnel, the cost of acquisition for a newbody is very, very, very powerful. I used to do that too, but it was tricky, right? Because now some of your old time customers may see that and they've got that angst of, wait a minute, why am I being not treated that way as a loyal customer? You just want new people. And it's always been a friction for us, right? Now, I just went to Instagram, right? I typed in Lexington, Kentucky. I go to the top 9 posts. I click the middle one. It's a nice little cute couple, right? They got 298 likes. Abby.
Now I know where Gary's gonna go with this. I've not seen this far into the clip, but I have seen enough about Gary Vee. Now, number one, Gary Vee, OG, is the man of internet marketing, but he's also really, really grassroots. What he's going to say here, my guess, haven't watched it, is you need to go there, find people on Instagram that are in your area, and then start DMing them. And if so, are any of you going to spend all your waking time in between shifts DMing customers who posted from your city online?
She has 2,387 followers. I send her a message. Abby, see you in Lexington. We love being part of Lexington. Here's a $20 off coupon. Only she sees it. You're grabbing somebody who has a big social media profile. You've not hurt any of your loyal customers like me and Jon had to back in the day. She comes and she posts a picture of the food and creates word of mouth. Now that $5 acquisition created no friction to loyal customers. And because she's now media, she amplifies it, and you're getting an $80, $500, $4,000 media amplification against your $5
Yeah, Gary Vee is right. That is an awesome tactic if you have the time. The problem is you don't, and you're not going to do it. We've worked with thousands of restaurants all over America. You want something that's easy, that's done for you, that's on autopilot. The simple way to do what he just talked about was, yes, you could have an employee reach out to influencers and get people in the restaurant, or you could run targeted Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns, drive them to a Facebook Messenger sequence, get their data, deliver digital promotions based on the type of customer they are, and then drive them into the restaurant. At that point, your team just needs to deliver a great hospitality experience. I go back to about 10 years ago. One of our customers had 1,500 digital promotions like this redeemed in 3 months. We're sitting down and talking, and he said, Matt, how do I know they're ever going to come back? I said, okay, let me ask you 3 questions. Does your food suck? Does the service suck? Does the atmosphere suck? Number 1, does the food suck? And he looked at me really pissed. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here with the owner. I hope my meal was great. Would you say this is an experience that most of your customers get? Okay, fair enough. I agree with you. Food's great. Service, again, I'm sitting with the owner. He's like, Matt, look online. We're a 4.6 everywhere. Great, I agree. I'm looking around. The restaurant is awesome. So if the customers come in and have great food, great experience, and great atmosphere, the only reason they're not coming back is you don't have a way to reach them. And when we get their information from a marketing program, like from Facebook and Instagram, now you can use their email, their phone number to market to them that free steak, that free cheesecake, that free appetizer. And you don't gotta rely on some 1980s tactic of flipping over different color napkins, because you and I both know that shit ain't working. So this one right here gets my stamp of disapproval. It ain't gonna work with the whole napkin stuff. But what Jon talked about with regards to the offers, the enthusiasm, the bribe, it's spot on. And what Gary Vee talked about with using social media to reach those people, spot on. But that's all I got today on this video. It's about time I reviewed it because it's only been sent to me about 1,000 times. If you liked what you saw here, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video.